Hey dudes and chicks, and neither of those rules don't apply to you. Welcome to Make It For Last Time. My name is Katie. Today, I am just going to be doing a hump it or dump it. I know a lot of you guys really love this. I'm really far behind, and honestly, there wasn't really anything... There was very few things that are currently like just launching or just launched. And so I basically went back and just essentially went back and talked about whatever the fuck I wanted to, which is what I always do. I always talk about whatever the fuck I want to. So anyways, if you guys are interested in hearing what makeup I think is like fuckable or what makeup I would just as soon wipe my ass with, then hang out. Okay, let me open up my trusty Instagram account, which is fucking dangerous. It's dangerous to open your Instagram when you're filming because you could actually start scrolling. I just have no scruples when it comes to scrolling. I could literally be sitting there doing something really important, having a global fucking meeting to end world hunger, and I will fucking start scrolling. So if I get a text message or something, it is fucking over. Anyways, anywhoosies, if you pay attention, you hear that your head is supposed to be, you're not supposed to have a bunch of dead space above your head in your videos. But I can't stand it when people's fucking tops of their heads are cut off. It actually bothers me. And also I can't even consider cutting off the top of my hair. So I'm not doing it. Anyways, I hope it's visually pleasing enough for you guys. But I did just get my seat up a little bit. I got it up a little. So I just went through and grabbed some things that I know for a fact have been burning on my heart. And the first of which is, so there was the Noctilucent, which was by Blend Bunny, the Oracle, which is by Bella Beauty Bar, and then it's the new one by Sugar Drizzle Polish. Let me try to find it. You guys are probably screaming the name of it at me right now. It's the On Top of the Mountain and Beneath the Stars highlighter palette. Okay, so essentially, I was actually gonna buy this. I was gonna pull the trigger on this one, and then I kind of heard some of the reviews on it. Because at this point, I'm so far behind that I would really only be buying any of these products for my use. At this point, you guys don't give a fuck about these products. They're outdated or whatever. But you've already heard all the reviews and everything like that. So I was gonna pull the trigger on this, and then I kind of heard some reviews. And so then I thought, well, if I'm just gonna buy a palette for myself, I'm gonna get the Noctilucent palette. But then I heard, I think it was Bad to the Brow, Millie. I'm not positive on that, but I'm pretty sure that she was Bitter Lace Beauty is still hands down the best highlighters. She considers them the best. They are the most melting. And honestly, I wanted to pull the trigger on the Noctilucent palette. And I'm sorry to do all those together, but obviously we're seeing a trend here where everybody's making these highlighter palettes, which I think is fucking amazing. But when it comes down to it, if I actually wanted to buy anything at this point, I would probably get the Winter Wonderland highlighters by Bitter Lace Beauty. They look fucking bomb. The thing about Bitter Lace Beauty, well, actually, 3 things. I just thought of my boyfriend. 3 things. They're always fucking sold out. 2, they're pretty expensive. So you have to, I usually buy them a couple at a time, and it's $40 for 2 fucking highlighters. So that's kind of a lot. So buying a highlighter palette is actually the best bang for your buck. However, you're always going to get a color that you may or may not prefer. And honestly, I feel that Noctilucent palette is fucking beautiful. I still might pull the trigger on it, but I think that what I would rather do... so the third thing about Bitter Lace Beauty is really knowing the colors. So it's you just don't know. They are so shifty. They are shucking and jiving all the time, bobbing and weaving, and you never know exactly what color you're gonna get. So there's 8 options, and quite frankly, they all look bomb as fuck. And who fucking knows what one you would get? I just don't know. But they look beautiful. So, I mean, I definitely want to get some of those. I'd fuck the shit out of those highlighters. So I listened to this guy named Steve Nobel. He like does meditations, like higher light meditations and just like weird shit. And he just, what the fuck? He just uploaded this video called the higher light meditation, and I thought it said a highlighter meditation. e.l.f. released a Celestial Winter 10 shadow eyeshadow palette, and I think it looks fucking killer. I think it's beautiful. It's totally up my alley. I love the colors. I love everything about it. It is $10, and there's no dimension in it. It has no dark shades to deepen up the outer V. So, like, that's shit. Who wants that? I'm going to talk about Glamlite because here's the deal. I love the Scooby Doo palettes. I love them both. They were sold out. On Black Friday at the end of the day, they were sold out. They like sold out their Black Friday deal. Now they're back, but they're still offering the Black Friday discount code. For those of you who haven't gotten it, you can still get the individual palettes for $12 a piece. So I don't know how long that's going to last, but if I have the money, I am totally going to jump on that because I love both of these fucking palettes. They are beautiful. So Glamlite, I'm not into Scooby Doo. That's not really my fucking thing, but both of these palettes are so good looking. Like I haven't seen any reviews on them, but I'm sure that everybody that reviewed them is going to say they're really good. Glamlite is not my favorite. They don't have my favorite formula. They never have my favorite themes, but this color story just so happens to rock my fucking world. So I would definitely, I would swipe right on it. I have so much shit in here, it's actually overwhelming. Okay, so Chaotic Cosmetics, which I've never tried before because I always get them confused with Chaos Cosmetics, which I actually unfollowed Chaos Cosmetics because I've heard they just have like such bad business dealings or whatnot. But Chaotic Cosmetics has introducing our first ever Chrome Cream Liquid Lipsticks. The formula is super pigmented. I kind of went in and read the comments, and the comments all had really good shit to say. I didn't read a bunch of comments in their posts that were like, hey motherfucker, where's my shit? When the fuck are you gonna send my order? Hey, why aren't you answering my DMs? Like with brands like Chaos Cosmetics, where if you go in through the comments, it's like constant fucking complaints. So anyways, those are 16 bucks a piece. They were up for pre-order. I'm sure that's way past. NYX came out with an Avatar launch. I think the palette looks great, and I've never tried NYX shadows because I feel like they're way too fucking expensive. Their eyeshadow palettes are way too expensive for like, if it's not like high quality, because I feel like $40 for a bigger shadow palette, like a Morphe palette. Morphe sells their palettes for like 25 bucks, 35 shadows for like 25 bucks or some odd shit. And I feel like NYX is like hit or miss. Like you can't guarantee that those shadows are going to be pigmented. But anyways, there's a blusher, there's a cream highlighter, some lipsticks. It looks pretty cool. I'm all about Avatar. It's badass. I really want to see the new one. Okay, having said that, I'm definitely not gonna buy it because fuck that. I'm sure it's really expensive, but it did it piqued my interest for sure. I'm gonna talk about, there's this thing, it's called Rising Star MUA, and honestly, the graphic, the logo symbol really looks a lot like Jeffree Star's, and so I don't know if that's gonna actually like fuck her up, but there's a Wizard of Oz launch, and there is a highlighter palette that is bomb. It fucking looks so good. Now, the eyeshadow palette is really just, let's see, it's just so-so. I don't really like the color story. It's not anything that I can really use. I like the way this looks. I think it looks really cool, and also, I don't know, it just caught my attention, but I think that logo is actually, I wonder if it isn't Jeffree Star trying to fucking trick us. So we're moving right along. I'm getting through some shit. Menagerie Cosmetics just released on Black Friday. They released the Paws and Claws collection. I'm not into it. I don't really like either one of the color stories. I'm not trying to talk shit, no shade. The color stories I'm not really into, and honestly, it's been a while since Menagerie has launched something that I was really like excited about. I'm sorry, like I said it. I'm shit. Louise just launched they launched it for Black Friday, but it's been launched for quite a while, and it aligning my future and they unlock your creativity. So the aligning your future is an all pastel palette. Well, okay, that's not true. It's like pastel-ish with some vivids that are midtones. There's really no deepening shades to speak of, but if you got unlock your creativity and align your future, or aligning my future together, you would have a full array of colors. And it reminds me a lot of their single shadow, like you can get the palette that you can put all the singles in. They launched it for Black Friday. I'm interested in it. Quite frankly, I'm more interested in the darker one, but to tell you the truth, considering all the P. Louise palettes I have and everything I bought for them, it does seem a little boring. I would get it anyway if I would get it anyway. So I almost did get it anyway, but I just needed to fucking direct my funds in a different place. You guys know I will eat a mile of P. Louise's shit to see where it came from. You know, I love her. So like I will buy anything they launch. Their launches are always really innovative. I love their packaging. A lot of people don't. The quality of their shadows is bomb, and they're always launching really like creative, innovative products to like better, you know, to improve people's makeup game as artists. So I am all about that. So anything P. Louise launches, I'm interested in. This particular launch does seem a little bit boring to me. Oh my God. Mariah Carey came out with a new fucking brand called Happy Place, and I literally almost laughed myself out of my own fucking apartment when I saw that. It's ridiculous. Okay, the Sugar Drizzle Polish launched the Hypernova palette for Black Friday. I was like interested in it because I still haven't tried anything by Sugar Drizzle Polish, but quite frankly, the shimmers in all the pictures don't look like their normal formula, and so I passed on that. I like the color story. I think it looks pretty. I didn't hear any reviews on it. I was just gonna go check some out, but I don't know. I just feel like a lot of people are going to say it's good, maybe even if they don't really think it's good, because I can tell by the look of the formula that it's not the same. So anyway, yeah, no shade. A lot of times I feel like during, like, when brands launch affordable things and they're not really a quote unquote affordable brand, they change the formula. For example, when Pat McGrath launched that, like, affordable Sephora release, I don't remember what the fuck it was, but you could look at the shadows and straight up tell that it wasn't their regular formula, on top of the fact that like you can actually buy shadows that far surpass Pat McGrath's quality from indie brands all over. From indie brands, like all indie brands have shadows that like shift and do what, you know, Pat McGrath special shadows do. So anyways, Sugar Drizzle Polish is a brand that I really do want to try. I just haven't caught my set yet. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm going to talk about ColourPop a little because, no, I'm not going to trash them. I'm actually going to say I was so desperate looking for something good that has been launched that I fucking saw some shit by ColourPop that actually really caught my interest. And it is the Holiday Vault. Or wait, Manifest This and Feels Like Magic. What is it? Oh my God, the It's a Small World launch was like, boo, boo. It's not hard to boo ColourPop though, is it? Anyway, I don't fucking know what it's called, but it's the Feels Like Magic and Manifest This Holiday Vaults. Yeah, including our Feels Like Magic Super Shock Shadow and Manifest This 9-pan vaults. So, I actually was like totally into this. I fucking love it. I think it looks really good. I feel like the palettes are somewhat dimensional, but you have to get all 6 of those 9-pan palettes, and so I didn't want all 6 of them. I wanted like 2 of them, maybe, I don't know. I just didn't want all 6 of them, and I feel like they're like forcing you to buy palettes, like once again, like waste your money, fucking all this shit. So I like am not interested in that. The other thing that I thought was pretty interesting is it's the Control Alt Glam collab between @Marielle and ColourPop Cosmetics. I think the whole thing is cute. I think the theme is cute. The color story is cute. I love the colors. I don't know if the shadows look like their normal ColourPop. I feel like ColourPop, I haven't tried a new ColourPop palette in a really long fucking time, but I feel like ColourPop really used to have a good shimmer formula, and I don't know if that's the case anymore. But anyways, I kind of wanted to just like say that like I was so desperate to find a release that was actually any good that I checked ColourPop. That's fucking desperation. I thought maybe I should start getting into ColourPop. It's affordable. My people probably love them. And then I thought, oh, ColourPop shadows don't fucking do it for me, so that's it, period. I can't. Okay, the new Be Perfect and Stacey Marie Carnival 5, what's it called? Interstellar. I fucking love it. You guys know I would have it right now. I just don't. So I would fuck the shit out of this palette several times. I might even date it. I might even let it take me out to dinner. So you guys know I'd sit on this palette's face all day. It's the shit. I don't have it because I don't have any money for it. That's the only reason why I don't have it. I got some money and I was gonna make some purchases, and by the time I got money, a lot of shit was sold out, but I probably would have prioritized these. So now I'm gonna go into Notoriously Morbid because they released 5 new Mystic Mattes for their holiday release, and dude, this color, Awful Good Girl, and Night Divine and Awful Good Girl, they're like it's a purple blue shift and a blue like lavender shift. You guys know that's like up my alley also. But wait, there's Myrrh. I wasn't into it when I first looked at it, but it has that like weird dragony gold to red, green to gold to red shift. I am totally fucking into it. So anyway, Notoriously Morbid had the Boohoo release, and quite frankly, they sent me an email to send it to me in PR, and I missed the email because my Gmail is like syncing to my phone. It will just start syncing, and it will be constantly syncing to the point where I have to turn off my notifications and stop syncing my emails because it will like drain my phone battery until it's fucking dead all day long, every single day. So I shut that shit down, and then I missed the email. So I honestly was gonna go back and purchase the Boohoo collection when I got some money because I thought it was so fucking good, and it had already been sold out. So I feel a sense of loss and regret. I'm grieving it. It pisses me off. These fucking lippies are so pretty. I'm super sad that I missed this collection and couldn't even buy it. So it's definitely something that, like, when I think about the brands that I get PR from, I think like, would I spend my money on them? Abso-fucking-lutely. I would have bought that in a heartbeat. Even though I knew that I could have gotten it in PR and I missed it, I still would have paid for it. So I just like to always be checking myself that I would actually pay for shit that I get for free, that I tell you guys that I love, and that I would absolutely purchase that shit because I will purchase it if I can. And I missed it, and I'm fucking boo-hooing about it. Oh, and then the Mothman palette, honestly, it looks really good. I fucking love it. I really want to see a picture of what it looks like with the shadows in it. Sometimes the way that Notoriously Morbid posts their launches, it's just with the swatches and not with the actual palette with the shadows in it, and it's really difficult for me to look at a palette and see looks without that. I fucking need that. So I really want to see what this palette looks like with all the colors in it. It's $69.99, and I will fucking buy it if I will buy it if I can. Cosmic Brushes just had it. Their fucking Serenity palette is in stock right now, so if you guys want to jump on it. Also, Notoriously Morbid launched their Litany liners, and this one right here is like the Slay Queen. It's fucking beautiful. It looks like Electric from Subculture, and also there's another color by Lele Posh that is kind of dupey for that. It fucking looks so good. I definitely want it. It's $17.99. Clarity Cosmetics launched a Croc palette, and it's sold out for Black Friday, but it still looks so good, and I'm still waiting to hit the button on Clarity Cosmetics. I have a feeling that one of these days I'm gonna get a bunch of money, and like I'm just gonna get on the Clarity Cosmetics website and buy every fucking thing that I've been missing out on. Gimme Glow Cosmetics launched this pumpkin. Oh, it's actually Haunted Pumpkin. It looks pretty cool. You guys know how I feel about Gimme Glow formula. It's good except for their purples. This doesn't have any purples, so it probably should work. It's a lot of warm tones. I like those pops of green that are in there, which is what actually makes the palette attractive. But when I look at it, I see a bunch of neutral colors with a couple pops of green. And so, quite frankly, like, I would wear a neutral palette like that. I would wear the oranges, but I'm not sure that I would buy that palette just for a couple of greens. I do like it, though. Ensley Rain Cosmetics, which I've never tried, launched the Cosmic Dreamer palette. And honestly, in the picture that I have, I don't really love it, but I saw some pictures on Instagram that showed them in a different light, and it actually made this palette really attractive to me. So I also want to talk about the holiday launch by Odin's Eye. It's sold out, but I looked at them and I wasn't interested in either one of them at all until I saw this chick on Instagram do a try on of these certain colors in the actually warmer tone palette, which I would have never even considered. But it was like it was like that orange with that teal colored shimmer. It knocked my socks off. I actually got a little wet when I saw that. So I don't know. I'm bummed out that I missed it. The new Ace Beaute launch is, what's the launch called? The Envy palette and the Aura palette. I definitely will get these if I can. In time. If I can get them in time for them to fucking matter. They are limited edition, and so I'm not fucking around about it, but I feel like, I'm not sure. I think their palettes are like $32 a piece, and so if I can do it, I will. I still haven't tried Ace Beaute's new formula, so I'm like totally like missing the fucking boat. I'm like outdated, out of style. I'm a fucking antique. I fucking feel like that's everything. I hope you guys got a comprehensive outlook on where I sit. I hope this was informative for you. I hope that it was funny. I kind of am in a hurry. I have to go pick up my kid for a dentist appointment. So anyways, I love you guys so much. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell because you can't wait to see what happens next. Hit the like button if you like this video, or if you just like my sparkling personality, my boyish charm, and hang out with me in the comments because I fucking love it. If you got like halfway through this video and you're like, oh my god, this girl is so great until she opens her big fucking mouth, then go check me out on Instagram. I don't talk as much there. And if you guys are like, don't sugarcoat it, Katie, why don't you tell us how you really feel? Go to my Patreon. Check it out. The link is in the description box below. I don't hold anything back there, and I go live every Friday afternoon at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is 8 p.m. UK time and noon Pacific Standard Time in Oregon. So all my losties can hit the video, hopefully. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. You could have been anywhere, but you were here wasting your time with me, and I totally appreciate you. Later.